All right, so I told you I'd give you a full-blown review on Kramer right here. What better time to do that when it's mowing? This is the Kress iPilot. I forgot the model number. RTK N. You don't want to get in its way because it'll kind of stop mowing. Stereo Slam Kress Robotic. Just for the record, Kress did send this to me. It's not my mower. It belongs to them. And I actually reached out to them and said, hey, will you send me a mower? I want to spend more time doing other things and want to try these mowers out and that kind of thing. But there it is. Let's do like a little pros and cons list on it. And just so you know, this is the first ever robotic mower I've ever owned. Well, excuse me, I don't own it. I've ever used in my yard. I've never had any other brand other than this Kress that you see right here. Never tried any of the other brands. So when I'm speaking of the pros and cons of a robotic mower, I'm speaking specifically about this one right here because, like I said, it's the only one I got experience with. So the cons of it, we'll start off with that first. I read some comments from a gentleman. He said that robotic mowers create stress on the yard because they don't create the vacuum or the suction where it stands the grass up and cuts it like a traditional mower does. And I'll agree with that 50% of the way. I will for sure agree it doesn't have suction and it does not stand the grass up and give it a really nice clean cut. But the stress part of the thing, I've seen absolutely zero issues with stress in my yard, none whatsoever. And of course, my yard's irrigated, and I've been pumping water to it during the drought. But there is absolutely no stress coming from this mower that I can tell. Another con is the quality of cut, and that comes from the lack of vacuum produced by the deck. It doesn't actually stand the grass up and cut it clean, and therefore you get a good cut on it, but you don't get a exceptional cut on it. And you know, my opinions here on this mower are based on growing and mowing high-end turf for almost 25 years. I've had every kind of mower you can possibly imagine. Mowed this yard with it right here. I did that huge stand-on mower video series a couple of years ago or so, 3 years ago, whenever it was. So I have literally had my hands on almost every brand mower that's out there. So I know what a good quality of cut's supposed to look like, and I know what one's not supposed to look like. But you can see right here, see how it leaves these little scragglers sticking up? See that right there? Well, my Ferris won't do that. My Ferris, when it goes over, will stand that grass up and then cut it off clean. So definitely quality of cut is not the absolute best when it comes to this particular mower. So what I've done here is oh boy, somebody's getting some rain over that way. What I've done is turned the mower, turn the camera sideways. I'm going to try to pan and show you as good as I can show you the cut quality. I mean, it cuts it pretty good. You can see there. Let me get down in here. I mean, it cuts it pretty good, but it's just not the same quality of cut That's a zero turner. Even like a push mower, you know, my little Craftsman push mower that I use sometimes after I do seeding out here when the grass is tender and I don't want to use the heavier mower, and I will run over the yard with that little small Craftsman side discharge I bought from Lowe's for what, $200 or something. It don't even cut as good as that. The quality of cut isn't as good as that kind of a mower. So, you know, if you were looking for a mint perfect immaculate quality of cut, then the robot mower is probably not for you, to be honest with you. You have to have a level of tolerance, and you know, that'll kind of go to the pro list when I get to the pro list here in a second. But you have to be able to tolerate it not cutting absolutely perfect. But at the same time I say that, I want you to know that it has a very good quality of cut for what it actually is. So another con is the edges. You can see right here, he turns around and leaves about that much of the edge right here. And when I'm talking to him like he's a person, when I call him he, it's because he's Kramer. I nicknamed him after Kramer on Seinfeld, because that's my favorite actor. And Kress starts with a K. Kramer, you know, I spell it with a K, so I thought that was pretty cool. But Kramer doesn't like getting next to the edges. He just don't. I've got the edge control on. It's something in the app. Gosh, I can't remember. I can't remember exactly what it's called. Let's look right here. Look at that. It tells me when I'm mowing and all that. All right, so see, it's got smart trim is what it's called, and I've got that on. I've got the overlap on. So I've got everything on that should be on for him to be able to go along the edges right now. Now this very well could be user error, okay? I'm not gonna 100% blame the machine that it don't do the edges, because I may not have something completely set up right. The way I manage that is like once every 2 or 3 weeks, I just hop on my Ferris and just ride around the edge and mow the edge right quick and give that edge a real good clean cut. All right, let's stand right here and let's watch him turn around one time. You'll kind of see what I'm talking about. See how he gets about right there, stops, pulls up a little bit, slides over, makes his next pass. You see, he misses about that much, about 3 or 4 inches of turf right there. But again, I may have something that's not set up quite right, and that could be user error. So the pros are, the biggest pro, the one thing that I absolutely adore about this machine is I don't have to cut my yard. I don't have to mow my grass. I can spend that time where I would be mowing, doing other things with my wife, with my kids, for myself, golf, whatever it may be. I just don't have to spend that time mowing, because the thing is on time every single time like clockwork. It's set up to mow at 6 o'clock every afternoon. It mows the front part of the yard out there on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then mows all of this right here in the back on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And it is like absolute clockwork. It does not miss a beat. It's never complained about it being too hot. It's never complained because it was tired. It's never been sick. You know, it's never called in to work on my yard. It's always here on time like clockwork. And you know, that accompanied with the fact that I don't have to cut the grass and I can spend time doing, you know, other things I want to do, that is hands down the biggest pro for me. And going back to the quality of cut and that compromise I was talking about, that is the compromise I'm willing to make. I'm okay with the quality of cut not being pristine, because I'm not mowing the yard, so I can spend time doing other things. You know, I'm just at that point in my life that's just the way it's going to be right now. And yeah, you see my Ferris stripes right here. Yes, I pulled that joker out the other day and run over the yard right quick and mowed it and put some heavy lines in it. That was simply because I had an itch and I wanted to scratch it. So I scratched the itch. You know, my mower's still out there in the shed, so I just go out there and get it if I want to mow and scratch that itch and stripe the yard up. It is what it is. Another big pro is I've yet to buy any gas and put in this mower right here, simply because it docks itself and plugs itself up and charges itself off the electricity of the house. Now, my wife, you know, takes care of the electric bill when it comes in each month, and she hasn't mentioned anything about the electric bill going up, you know, like being crazy out of whack and you know, things like that. So the electricity this thing pulls and what I'm paying the electric company to charge this thing is absolute minimal at best. So I'm saving money on gas, and the electricity is more than likely considerably less than the gas I would spend putting in my mower. You know, this could either be a pro or a con, but you can see the kind of stripes it lays. You can see these little tiny thin stripes in the yard. Not a fan of it, just to be completely honest with you. I don't think it looks good. I mean, it looks kind of good when you cross it up with larger stripes, and the only reason I say it looks kind of good is because it's different and unique. You know, 'cause I've never had a little 17-inch mower mowing diagonal with my big mower mowing this way. I've just never seen that in my yard or anyone else's yard, so it's a little bit different and unique. But you know, the pro con thing on the stripes, it can go either way. Some people might like that little type of a stripe. I'm just not a fan of it. But that doesn't bother me one bit, because that's part of the compromise of me getting to enjoy time with my family, my kids, go play golf with my sons, you know, whatever it might be. I get to spend that time doing those things versus the hour, hour and a half, 2 times a week or so that I would be out here mowing the grass. So, you know, I absolutely enjoy that. And it's something I don't have to worry about. I don't have to stress it, because the thing shows up on time every single mowing cycle. It is yet to be late. So really, I can't think of any more pros or cons. Again, con, quality of cut isn't, you know, the same as what a commercial zero-turn mower or something like that's going to be, just simply because it's lacking vacuum. And, you know, the stripes, it could potentially be a con to somebody. And then, you know, the pros is I get to spend time doing other things in the yard, you know, not mowing, and then it's cheaper. I mean, you do, if you were going to buy one of these, yes, you do pay the cost up front. They're kind of pricey. I don't know what this thing costs, but I think it's around the $1,700, $1,800, $1,900-ish range or something. You can go to the Kress website and look at all that for yourself. Like I said, they sent this one to me. But, you know, you'd pay the cost up front and pay it one time, and then you don't have to buy gas for it. You know, and then your time is money as well. So, you know, you're kind of saving double time, double money right there with your time and not having to put gas in it. So I don't have anything else to say about it. I mean, I'm enjoying it. When I get out to my new place and get all that Bermuda planted, a lot of people's asked me, how are you going to mow 2 acres of Bermuda and stay on top of it? Well, that's how I'm going to stay on top of it right there. My man, Kramer, or I don't know, might have a different one by then, but whatever. My robot mower is going to take care of that for me the majority of the time. And of course, you know, I have to do a little homework and find when it mows low enough, because I'm going to, you know, try to keep that at around a 1/2 inch or a 3/4 inch, something like that. So I got to do a little homework on the different ones out there and, you know, see which one's made to mow 2 acres. And heck, you never know. Old Kress might be the winner and be out there at the new house and be mowing for me. Who knows? Hey, I forgot to show you his home base right here and how he gets from point A to point B. But this is the docking station. And here's like the little charging port right here. You can see it's got some play in it, so if you don't hit it just right, it'll still kind of work its way in there. And he'll dock right there, and he'll access the front yard by going right through here. If you remember, I built him a little ramp right there, and he goes right down that ramp and starts mowing. And then to mow the backyard, he'll just kind of come right through here, through the putting green area. And you can see I got him a little ramp built right there, and he'll go right through there and access the backyard. When he gets done, he traces that exact same path back, and he'll dock himself, and he's done for the day. So there you go. That's my review on it. So far, I thoroughly enjoy it. You know, like you said, you got to get over the fact of the couple of cons, and you have to kind of, you know, be able to willing to compromise on some of those things. And if you can do that, it's a fantastic mower. That's all I got to say about it. Check you later.